Okay, hold on a second. We might have one Dave
I say
Lee hanging
Wi-Fi
around in our
cable?
chat here. What is Mr. Dave Lee doing in the chat?
Sorry if I said Wi-Fi cable.
It's late. It's late where you're from, sir. I think maybe you should go get some sleep, Mr.
Is he
Dave Lee.
is he here to roast you about Apple stuff?
He wants me to 1v1 him Rust.
Oh,
And
dude.
I can't, I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can turn down a 1v1 me Rust request. Unfortunately,
Unless I was hallucinating, I'm pretty sure Mr. Dave Lee and I played Apex a while back, and that was actually super fun.
I am,
We should play again.
I unfortunately appear to have misplaced his phone number, which is a little bit embarrassing. So Dave, if you still have mine, feel free to give me a call. You want to talk M1 on the WAN show? I think people haven't had enough of it by this point. Actually, JK, they probably have, but I'm down. I'm down, dude.
I'd love to hear. Yeah, I think that would be awesome.
I'm down, dude. Why don't we talk about the consoles in the meantime? Because I'm actually not sure if. Oh, you know what? Oh, I do have him. I do have him here. All right. All
You
right.
guys should also be able to exchange information on Twitter.
Yeah, that's what occurred to me.
And I just confirmed I do in fact have him on Origin, so I must not have been hallucinating. We must have actually done that.
All right.
That was fun.
So, oh, never mind. Oh, we got a call from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I heard those guys think that, I heard they think they're the center of the universe, but they didn't realize that that's actually New York. They're just like discount New York.
Hey, dude.
All right. How you doing there, bud?
I'm good. I've never actually watched your WAN show like live. I've seen it like recorded a few times, like here and there, but I've never actually clicked on a live show before.
So you come right on my show and you disrespect me like that right out of the gate. You know what? I should have known this was coming. The West is always forgotten by you people.
Oh my god. Yeah, I actually didn't watch your show until the very tail end of it. Like, I think John, he tweeted it that you were doing the show live, and I was like, man, I got to see what he's got to say about M1. I missed it, though. I'll be serious. If there's anything you said, I need, like, a 5-second recap.
All right.
Do you hate it, or do you like it?
I don't anything it. It's not out.
Oh, so you think it's actually not out. Okay.
If I don't have it in my hands, if it's not
out. Okay.
It's not out.
Okay.
It's not out.
Okay. So I think the review embargoes go up next week, but I'm surprised that you don't see the. I mean, okay, look, I get that you don't love Apple stuff. I feel you there.
Okay, hold on a second. Hold on, because I covered this earlier. What don't I love about Apple stuff? What do you know? Do you know that I daily drive Apple products?
Okay, I think the big one for both of us, they're either lack of right to repair or the elements of that stuff sucks.
It does.
Their pricing.
I don't even think the pricing's that bad.
But you don't hate Tesla, and they fight against right to repair.
I don't love their pricing. Let's be real here.
Well, hold on a second. How did you just flip the script on me? Because here I am defending Apple. The iPhone SE is a compelling product. And let's look at the smartwatch market. Okay, the new smartwatch, the new SE smartwatch is basically no compromises as long as you're one of those people who doesn't believe that an Apple Watch should be a watch first and foremost, and that it's okay for it to not have an always-on display. Well, compared to any Android device, it's a way better value.
Sure. So in 2020, they brought out like two good products, two reasonably priced products. I would agree with you there. But for the vast majority of their company history, they've just been pretty expensive.
What competes with AirPods Pro? I mean, you got Sennheiser. They're even more expensive. No, I'm talking with active noise cancellation that is actually good and doesn't put a bunch of pressure on your eardrums.
Then I would say no. But I'm not a silicone tip guy. I like hard tip. And there's so many good hard tip earbuds out there.
That's fair. Anyway, you were saying that I don't love Apple.
Okay, the only thing I saw was your what's it called? The regular video, not the beginning of this show.
Sure.
I watched a few minutes of your M1 like preview or kind of early thoughts on it.
Sure.
Do you feel like you don't believe in it?
I don't believe in That's
you
what I
have
don't
to do
believe in.
anything.
I don't believe in
you don't-
unlabeled graphs.
Yeah, but everybody does it. NVIDIA,
No,
AMD,
they
that's like-
don't.
I've seen-
They actually do
Come
not.
on.
No, come on, nothing. They
Unlabeled
actually
graphs?
don't. They actually don't. I'm serious,
Okay,
Dave.
but here's-
Do you
here's
watch
the-
NVIDIA
if you look-
keynotes?
I do, but if you looked at Apple's graphs and you looked at the fine print, they did actually label
Later.
the CPU.
Later.
Oh, was it later?
Yes,
Okay.
it was.
But I went on their website and I was like, this was actually, they specified the specific CPU.
Yes, later. And a lot of those quote unquote specific CPUs just say like Core i3. They don't say the actual model, and they don't specify what device it's actually installed in, which matters a lot. If there's anything Apple's taught us over the years, it's that a poor thermal solution can really hamper the performance of a given chip.
No. Okay. I agree with you there. Listen, I'm just saying that they delivered, there was like confidence in their delivery. I genuinely think that this is going to be a legitimate, like it's going to be a thing for them.
Okay, you're about to get wrecked because Apple also confidently delivered unapologetic plastic.
Unapologetic? What plastic?
Unapologetically plastic.
Unapologetically plastic was the original iPhone SE.
That's what their phrasing was?
Dude, do you even cover Apple?
What unapologetically plastic? What are you talking about?
That was how Johnny Ive described the iPhone SE. Unapologetically plastic, or whatever his accent sounds like.
I don't remember.
It was hilarious. It was so bad. Apple sells anything, no matter how bad it is, like it's the best thing since sliced bread. And what I get frustrated with is them being even more vague than usual. They were even more vague than usual. And people just ate it up. No, vagueness should not be accepted.
Okay, I think that the reason why I think their angle on this...
Sorry, 5C, not the original SE. Sorry, 5C.
Oh, the 5C.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. Okay, I was like, the SE was plastic. I didn't realize. Was he talking about the front? Okay.
Nope,
okay.
no, SE's great.
The reason why I think they went on a bizarre angle on this, in terms of like how they pitched the performance, especially for someone like you, who's, you get sweaty with this stuff, right? You know this stuff intimately. You look at these charts and you're like, what the F? Like, this means nothing to me. I really think that all the performance metrics, like I've you know, it's not the way that traditional performance can be looked at. We don't even have the ability, like even reviewers, like, right? We don't even have the ability to kind of test new M1 stuff the way that we traditionally would.
Then they should shut up and not talk about it. That was simple.
About performance?
Yeah. Then they should focus on real world performance. They should focus on things, and they did do some of it, and I did acknowledge it. Things like Instant On. That is a performance metric. Absolutely. But to imagine for a second that there's not going to be any way to objectively evaluate this stuff, I think is foolish. Of course there will be. There just aren't really very many good tools on the Mac.
Exactly.
And a big problem we're going to have is that if we don't have applications to run and we don't have benchmarking tools, we're just taking Apple's freaking word for it, and they can't even put numbers on their graph. I mean, are they even able to measure it?
I'm sure they can.
Well, why?
But they can't. Well, I mean, like, let's say...
Why are you sure?
Like, because I'm sure they have tools that we will never have access to.
Well, why don't they provide them then? You know what NVIDIA did recently? This was incredible.
Yeah, I saw.
For the people who didn't, for the people who didn't see it, NVIDIA released their own internal tools for measuring your click to photon latency, which is one of the key measures of the smoothness of your gaming experience, as well as their own internal tools for measuring the isolated power consumption of a graphics card. They released these tools. Why? Because they were confident that if reviewers were equipped with proper tools, their products would come out on top. That's why NVIDIA released those tools and AMD didn't. AMD has those tools. They didn't release them.
Okay, listen. I'm not saying that Apple Design 1 is amazing. I really am not.
Well, you can't,
but I
because
do think
you don't have it yet, unless you do.
Right. But I do think, based on the very early kind of data we have on this stuff right now, it feels way more promising than anything we've seen from like, Surface Pro X with their ARM implementation. And same with like the Qualcomm stuff.
Yeah, but I didn't even cover Surface Pro X.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like I have, right? I've reviewed Surface Pro X. I've reviewed like the Qualcomm ARM laptops. Those are so bad. It's like these things shouldn't even be on the market. But I feel like this Apple version of it has potential. It legitimately has potential to me.
So it sounds to me like you and I are 100% on the same page. We're totally on the same page. Because so you evaluate.
I was just joking with the 1v1 Rust. Rust thing.
Oh no, I know that's a meme. So my point is, you reviewed those products and you said these are so bad they shouldn't be on the market. Yes. I did you one better. I didn't even review them.
You didn't even review them.
They weren't even worth me picking up because I already knew the answer. And I was like, nobody should care about these. They don't even deserve the coverage on my channel. That bad.
See, I wanted them to be good, particularly Microsoft's version of it. Like if I thought of Windows, they had this whole thing with like they worked with ARM to develop this chip, and they're like, I believed it.
You know what? I think I'm just more jaded. I think I'm just more jaded than you, dude. Because like I used the Surface RT right at launch.
You hated it.
And you
got fooled.
It was utterly worthless. You know what? As part of my preparation for this WAN show, I actually went back and I watched my original video of the Surface ARM version, the first Surface. And I was like, okay, am I just being totally unfair to Apple? Like, was I way more positive about it when Microsoft did it? And I went back and I watched it and went, yeah, I was more positive about it. But I don't think it's because it was Microsoft and because it was Apple, because I'm just as down on ARM on Windows devices these days as I am about, more down actually, compared to how I feel about what it's going to be like on the Mac, because I do think Apple will figure it out, which if you'd watched to the end of my video, you would know that I did say.
There's too many ads, dude. It was Russian dolls of ads.
It's just that... I'll own that. I'm not even going to apologize for it.
You should subscribe on Floatplane. No ads on Floatplane.
Yeah. So hey, Dave, since I've got you, do you want to go ahead and subscribe on Floatplane? It's just $5 a month. You get early access as well as exclusive behind the scenes. Might give you some ideas for how to run your own operation over there.
To your channel? To your channel on Floatplane?
Yeah. Go ahead. It's $5.
I'll do it.
There you go. See, look at that. There you go. Ads work.
To all the listeners, I actually genuinely believe Floatplane is pretty cool.
Well, thank you.
I personally can't do it, but I've scoped around on there, and for the content creators that are on there, they're actually on there. It's an awesome service.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that. So I think that's the difference. Is I'm just more jaded than you. We're both in exactly the same position, thinking that Apple's implementation is definitely going to be better than what Microsoft and Samsung and Qualcomm and whoever else have done.
Right.
And we both need to reserve judgment for when we can actually try the new Macs and see what software compatibility is like and performance for non-native software. And
that's all that matters. Really.
And
non-native.
I heard that I actually didn't watch your video yet. I was planning to, though, because I heard you're on the same page as me about these things ultimately getting abandoned.
That M1's going to get dumped?
Yeah.
I'm definitely not on the same page with you there.
Really? So you think they're going to get a full? You think they're going to get a full support cycle? These first gen devices.
Dude, if they don't, think about how much. Like I know Apple's rich. Think about how many billions they've sunk on this right now.
What? Oh no, that's not what I'm talking about. No, they're sticking with ARM. I mean M1.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh dude, I 100%.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they go like 6 months.
It is the worst. Oh, they'll go more than 6 months. I mean, even Apple Watch Series 0 got a couple of watchOS updates. And they called it Series 0. They literally, revisionist history, got rid of it. Series 0.
I thought you meant when there's going to be like a next iteration of it.
Oh, no. They will absolutely have a higher performance chip coming. And honestly, I think part of why I was so disappointed was because I don't pay much attention to rumors because I get tired of it. And I was expecting more like, a 12 core or a 16 core chip.
Yeah, something massive.
I was expecting, if they were going to put it in something that they called MacBook Pro, I was expecting it to be not an iPad. And there's nothing wrong with the
no,
iPad,
I get you.
but it's not a MacBook
I
Pro.
feel exactly that.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I absolutely love that you called into the show today. We never do guests anymore. This was an absolute blast. Dave Lee is brought to you by my iPhone 12 Pro here, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Just holding this up for the camera. Mr. I hate Apple so much I can't even, touch their products apparently.
Do you like their phone? This one?
It's fine. It's a phone. I love the HDR video recording. I touched on that in my unboxing of it. I was absolutely blown the away.
It's pretty fire. It's pretty fire.
It's unreal. Everything else about it is like, yep,
Mediocre.
it's definitely a phone. Well, I wouldn't call it mediocre. It's fine. It's
What
just
you would expect.
there's a lot of good phones now. Like,
Exactly.
it's hard to compel people to upgrade their iPhones these days. Why upgrade? It's not like
The flat edges, Linus.
What?
Haven't you seen the flat edges? No, I'm joking.
I've seen that they're sharp. They're not even comfortable. I don't even like it better.
God.
It's fine. It's fine, I guess.
I'm kidding.
All right. Thanks for calling in, dude.
Cool.
You have a wonderful
Okay.
evening.
You too. Good night.
All right. Take care.